Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Etefevoke, and before I say anything else, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. It seems like I do not say this enough, because I always say this at the end of my videos because that's when I remember. So it seems like I do not want subscribers, so please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Tell your friends about it. I know that you definitely have a friend who likes books, so tell your friends about it. And you too, subscribe. And if you're trying to pick up a reading habit, subscribe to my channel. If you just like to hear discussions about interesting stuff, because books are interesting, yeah, subscribe. And if you're just anybody that just stumbled on this video and you just said, okay, this is something I can watch, subscribe. Then if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Thank you. Then today I'm going to be talking about something interesting as well. It's a mystery thriller by the same author. Two books by Lucy Foley. I read these mystery thrillers, because I am I'm trying to just really write more these days. So I have been jumping from one genre to the other. Today I'm writing a romantic story, just because I saw a romantic story on TV, or just because I read a romantic book and I'm like, oh, I can write this. I can write a romantic book as well. And romance is not really my specialty though, but I feel like I can write something like that. Then from there I move on to a contemporary fiction. I just try to write contemporary fiction. I'm just jumping from one to another, but my heart is really in writing a thriller. So I read a tip online that, okay, if you want to write, you should read books surrounding that. I think that's just something that anybody can know, but I did not know it. So I decided to pick up thrillers so that I can be in that mood, that darkness, that mystery, that secrecy. I can just be in that space. My imagination can just really focus. So instead of me jumping from one to another, I can just focus on something, so that at least I can finish what I am writing. So I read Lucy Foley's book back to back. I did not want to just lose the source at all. I didn't want to even allow it diminish. So back to back, I read The Guest List first. Then I read The Hunting Party, just because everyone was talking about it. So The Guest List, from the cover, you can't really tell a lot. You can't really judge it from its cover. It just really gives you that sense of mystery. But The Hunting Party gave off a lot to me. I could predict, okay, I think I know where the story is going to. So that's basically it about the covers. Then the plot is really intertwined, because people have praised Lucy for sticking to that classic way of writing a mystery. People have said, okay, yes, we are living in a time and age where people just want to blow your mind. And I am not mad about that at all. I want you to blow my mind. I love when books blow my mind. I do not like to pick up a book that I can actually tell how it's going to go or what's going to happen next. I don't like that. And for Lucy Foley's books, I couldn't really predict. I wasn't even trying to, because there were a lot of point of views, and there's some people that I became attached to, that I could just understand where they were coming from. So I couldn't really pick a side. I kind of picked a side, yes, but I couldn't really just, okay, this is the person that did it, this is the person that did it, because both books are like, who did it, who do you think did it? So it's just really a painful journey, not painful in a bad way, but it's like a slow burn. We're just going through this journey. You know that there was a murder. You know that there are a lot of secrets that the guests or the people are hiding. So you're just really trying to just know what happened, but the author just keeps on dragging it. I wish that there was some moment of just dropping some bombshells before the end. I just to keep the spark alive, you know. But it's a great story. I'm giving off a lot. I've not even talked about the plot yet. So the plot, both stories follow a plot where humans are most likely vulnerable. First, The Guest List was set during a wedding party, destination wedding, and we all know how people come out of their shells during wedding. There's a lot of booze, there's a lot of people around, people just really get in their head and they become really vulnerable. And you know, from before you know it, secrets are coming out, facial expressions are happening, just a lot of things happening. A lot of things that happen in weddings, you just have to observe. A lot of things happen during weddings, and this couple took their wedding to a deserted island, an island that do not really have good reviews. Like, people have said, spawned a lot of spooky stories about this island. Even the journey to the island is remote. In this time and age where people love social media, I would not like to disconnect myself from the rest of the world at this time of my life. So this couple were taking guests to this remote island. I just felt like, okay, where the internet connection is kind of shaky and just a lot of things are just off from civilization, kind of. So they just wanted that, oh, an island and all that. So that's where they took their wedding to. Then for the guest list, it's a group of friends that they have been together for years. Some have met when they were little, then some have met when they were in University of Oxford. So these people, I'm making my face like this because I find it weird that a group of people will just say they want to go hunting for fun. Because I am so Nigerian in this aspect. This was during the New Year, so a time of festivities. People are at their highest. There's a lot of drinks, just like in a wedding, like the guest list. So people are really vulnerable this time, and before you know it, secrets will come out, and people try to guard their secrets. People just try to stay in their shell, not give away too much. But there's always a spark that causes things to just start coming out, and people start spilling a lot of things. The hunting party is set in a kind of like a deserted wilderness where you're also cut out of civilization, and this is a period where it's snowing a lot. So even if something happens, something bizarre happens, it will be difficult for help to come, because first the internet is kind of shaky, then the weather conditions not so good, so people are locked into this place. I am so Nigerian, I cannot be in a place like that. I'm sorry. Because anything bad can happen. I know that people will be like, oh, where's your sense of adventure? None. I don't have any. I like to be safe. I like to be reasonable in my thing. So both stories, the scenario is really unlikely for me. I don't think I would like to catch myself in any of the situations. There was a Femi in the guest list, and I'm like, this guy really Nigerian, because I was waiting for him to show some Nigerianness, and I found none. So I just said, okay, maybe he was not raised in Nigeria at all, so he doesn't really understand some kind of things that we Nigerians reason. And it's actually, it can be a good thing, it can be bad, I don't know. But I know that both climates, it's not something that I can find myself in. But it's nice that you have friends where you can go travel with. That's something that I found beautiful in the hunting party. So both stories are told in a zigzag pattern, so we go back and forth. So we can talk about the present, we can talk about what happened in the past, just really zigzag, now, before, last night, what happened last night, what happened this morning, just really back and forth. And it's also told from the point of view of most of its characters. So in the guest list, we have the bride Jews telling from her point of view. We have Olivia, the bridesmaid. We have was it Heather, that's her name? No, Heather is in the hunting party. We have Hannah, we have Will, we have the wedding planner saying her own side of the story as well. Then we have the groomsman also telling the story from his point of view. And also in the hunting party, we have Heather, we have Miranda, we have Katie, we have Heather, we have Miranda, we have Katie, we have Dog, we have just Emma telling the story from their point of view. So I like that part about the book because it gives the reader a sense of belonging. It allows you to look at the story and try to just really understand where each character is coming from, and it just really gives you a sense of, okay, I'm in this person's head, I'm in this person's head, I know Like, I know what's going on. This person has a secret, but this person doesn't know. So you're just reading in the know. That's just basically it, and I like that fact. The Hunting Party came first, so it was published in the year 2018, and the Guest List was published in the year 2020. So let's start with the Hunting Party, the plot. The Hunting Party follows the lives of 9 friends. They have this tradition where they travel to a place and just, it's like a getaway. And this year, one of the outsiders, I call her an outsider because she's not part of the inner circle of friends. She just got into the friendship because she was in a relationship with one of the guys, Mark. So she organized this hunting party, this hunt or this getaway for them as friends to just really chill during the New Year festivities. I'm just going to put it out there that Nigerians always spend their New Year New Year Eve in church. Most Nigerians, if you're not in the church, some people say they spend their in the bar, just in the bar, at the bar, but most Nigerians spend their New Year Eve in church, for the Christians actually. So we all know how these things go. We know the story too well. A lot of drinking. Before you know it, secrets are spilling out. People's true colors are being revealed, and soon enough there's a murder, and the friends find out that they are not really as close-knit as they think they are. That's simply what the plot's about. Just for the guest list, with a storm brewing ahead and a wedding at hand, there's also goods, there's also people that are actually glamorous on the surface, but they actually have underlying secret. They have dirt. Almost everyone has dirt under their fingernails in this story as well. The bride is a magazine publisher, while the groom is TV sweetheart, like it's a TV host. People know him well, so the couple are really well known. And with the storm brewing and the island getting really creepy, secrets cannot remain secret for long. Before you know it, things are coming out. Before you know, there's a murder. Before you know, heads are turning and tongues are wagging, and everyone is asking, who did it? Would I recommend these books to you? Yes, I would, because it's nice. I gave it 3 stars each because you can tell that the author is really talented. Then what else? I mean, it's just a really classic mystery thriller. So if you just need something that you can just read and just whoa, because there are some parts in the book where you just like, okay, I didn't see that coming at all. So for that effect alone, I think people can read it. There are a lot of stereotypes in this book that I felt bad for, especially the people who were termed the bad guys in this book. People just assume that people who are attractive are bad people, like they are always mean and all that. It gets into their head, and I think that is kind of getting old for me. So I felt really bad for Miranda in the hunting party, and I felt bad for Will in the guest list. I don't know if it's weird for those who have read this book. I don't know if you see me as a weird person now, but I felt sorry for Will, and I felt sorry for Miranda as well. People, they're just the bad guys, and like I said, Lucy gave us a point of view of the various characters, so we could see the plot from Miranda's point of view, and we saw the plot from Will's point of view as well. So I could understand where they were coming from. So I didn't really see them as bad people. Maybe that's why. So I felt really bad for them at a point. I felt not at a point. I still feel bad for them. I felt bad for both of them. I felt bad for them, and I think that people should readjust that stereotype. I don't know. It's not really my place to say it because everybody have their own experience with people. So, but I think that it's getting old. The attractive person is always mean and bitchy, while the unattractive person is the victim, and the person gets mad and all that. I think I'm over that plot. I'm over it. But it's a nice book. They are nice books each and every, both of them. But overall, the books are nice, and yes, I'll recommend it to you out there. If you have read this book, please let me know what you think. Just let me know what you thought about them, and which is your favorite, which do you prefer. I didn't expect that I was going to ask myself this question, but if I'm to pick, I would say um I'll say the guest list, because it's a wedding, and yes, I can see myself in that space. If at all, if they said okay, you must pick this one setting to be in, I'll choose the guest list, because it's on an island, it's a wedding, and it's just something I can find myself in. But the hunting party, I don't think I will ever find myself in a place where I want to start shooting animals for fun. Why? I don't think it's fun at all. So anytime I see this hunting thing, I'm like, okay, this is weird to me. So I don't think I'll find myself in that plot. But which plot is hotter? Like, which story is hotter? I would say the hunting party is hotter than the guest list. The guest is kind of okay. At the end, I'm like, okay. But for the hunting party, I did not expect the twist. So yeah, but if I am to pick at all, I'll go with the guest list. Read the books, please tell me which is your favorite and who's your favorite character, and tell me what you think about what I said about Will and Miranda. And if you're willing to read this book, please do, and give me your feedback. I would love to hear that as well. So that's it for my book recommendation of the day. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel. I made it a duty to repeat subscribe, so you don't have an excuse to say, oh, she didn't even say subscribe, or I didn't remember to subscribe. I have repeated subscribe in this video a lot, so do not forget to subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day or night, whatever time it is where you are, or whenever you are watching this video. Goodbye.